course, a new FIFA came out over a month ago, and I did a review on it when it first came out, as I was fortunately sponsored to do so, and I gave the game a go. And I gave my thoughts on the game, and you guys seem to really appreciate my thoughts, and again, I appreciate you guys being here and caring about what I say. Now, of course, in terms of my further update on FC 25 or FIFA, in terms of what I do with the game right now, not much really at all. And I got some reasons why. And I kind of just felt like talking about it because I like talking about things that I am passionate about, and believe it or not, despite no matter what happens to my channel or whatever I do in terms of my normal content now these days, I'm still a football fan and I still want to play FIFA because that's just kind of me. I don't have too much time for it that much anymore, of course, when I used to. However, I still like to go play FIFA and like have that feeling of progression. However, the more and more I played a FUT Champions, right? I played a FUT Champions weekend and I went 0-8. And then I stopped playing. So that's how my weekend went. And maybe I just now absolutely suck at FIFA now. And I'm sure that I do. I'm sure I'm absolutely god awful. But I can't deal with it. I am washed. I am like an old man compared to what I'm looking at these days. And I've got some things wrote down here in terms of what I experienced and kind of how I feel about the game and how I feel about the future, and how I feel about the community, and how I feel about everything. And honestly, at this stage, lads, like, I don't know what the future is for FIFA games. I don't know, because as long as it stays on this engine, and as long as the main push onto animations is the way that it is, we're never going to have a game which is somewhat even vaguely enjoyable for the vast majority of time. The fact that the menus for me is the worst. I said this in my review. The menus in this FIFA is by far the most painful experience I've had in any FIFA I've ever had. If it's in FUT, if it's in career mode, if it's crashes non-stop, if it's the objectives, especially the objective menus, Jesus Christ, like, the entire experience is just an absolute displeasure to go through on console. However, if you look at someone playing on PC, it's smooth as butter. It's beautiful. And I don't understand how we're in 2024, near 2025, and there's such a massive difference between how you play the game on PC or on console, or if you play the game at this time of day or this time of day. We're in a goddamn beyond modern century here. We should not be playing the game at certain times of the day if you want to get a good gameplay connection. And if you do play on console, you're still going to get an absolute god-awful, laggy, input delay, weighted experience than if you would if you were playing on PC. PC is an absolute pleasure to watch, by the way. I've been watching people play on PC, if it's on Run the Foot Market or Crassi and whoever else, and it's a different game. How can the game, which is vastly played, 97, 98% of players that plays FIFA are on console, on PS5, Xbox, whatever, and it's not even close? Maybe it's the servers, maybe they just can't handle that many people on platform, maybe that's the case because there's not that many people on PC, but it's a completely different game, and I cannot believe that. I can believe it's EA, but I cannot believe that that's even a thing that's even happening these days, and it blows my mind. It really does. And my main one thing that I like about FUT that they've done recently is like evolutions. However, there's been so many issues of evolutions in the last couple of days last couple of weeks, that it just blows my mind that we can't even have that, and that makes sense. Even that is unenjoyable at times. And the main thing of why people like FIFA and the FC everything is rewards. Like, rewards is the main thing that people come on for. Like FUT Champions, even if you get like 4 or 5 wins, you're still getting very good rewards. Like, you're still having a great time. I went 0-8, so I just ended up just stop playing because I absolutely stink. And maybe people may say that, oh, just get good, that's why I don't like it, because I'm not good at the game. But I kind of don't want to be good at this game, because what I experienced was just 5 back every single game. Defensive AI is just absolutely so beyond the fucking limit that I have no words to how to even describe it anymore. You're just going to be within like a 5-meter radius of any player, and the ball just gravitates to them. If you have someone like a Saliba or a Virgil van Dijk or any sort of like top icon player, it's just a different experience. My main issue, you know what? If you ask me like what's the thing that I enjoy the most about FIFA, like what do I enjoy the most? It is dribbling. I love to feel fluid. I love to feel like left stick dribbling, that even with that alone, you can just trick and feint and play around you with your opponent, and just that alone can have such a massive skill gap just to get past a man very easily. And it's just like, it's not even like the fact there's even such thing as like certain players being gameplay compensator players, where like even if the gameplay is bad they still feel okay. That should not be a thing in any game ever, but apparently that's just a normal thing that happens in FIFA these days. Like, you just have a gameplay compensator player that when the gameplay's bad, which it is all the time, that at least it still feels like the game's okay. How is that even a thing? I don't get it. And yeah, dribbling for me and the weight of it all, it's just not enjoyable at all. And it leads to everyone playing the same way each time. You got these meta things where there's like high depth and it has an automatic offside trap, and then your entire opponent's defense is inside the box, like 8 players inside the box at once each time, and that's almost every single weekend league. Everyone in terms of attacking just runs down the line, down the byline, trying to cross it in and cuts it back almost every single time. And then the rebounds is also absolutely obscene. I don't think I've seen a game. I know rebounds and that is a very common thing on FIFA, absolutely. However, when it comes to rebounds, it's just absolutely ungodly the amount of stupid things I see happen, more than usual. But maybe I've not played too much FIFA in the last 2 years, so maybe it was the same last year, I don't know. But I've just noticed that when I was playing that, like, they just kind of run into you, and it just is like a coin flip on like if you get the ball or not, and it just is like a random thing. So it doesn't really feel like football. Not once have I played a game in the last like a week or so where it feels like I'm playing a football match. It just doesn't feel like that. I got some things wrote down here in terms of like my kind of general experience, so I'll just kind of run by it with you. So my main issue is I hate how dribbling feels in this game because it doesn't feel nice and enjoyable at all, and that for me is my main thing with games with FIFA. Animations is one of the main issues why this game is just the way that it is. They add so many animations that there's just times where like you want to just pass the ball, but they have to do this like extra 2-3 second animation to make it look more realistic, and then the opportunity is gone. That happens all the time when you shoot or pass, that the chance is on, but you got to do this little weighted thing, and the chance is then gone, and it's like that is not what I want it to do. And it feels like the game is playing the game for you, and you have no real say in it. Especially tackling as well. The tackling that where like the tackle animation is just like, it's not fluid. They've got to do this weird, like, weighted, over the top, exaggerated lunge, so you don't really have any control of that whatsoever. Defending is almost non-existent when it comes to like skill gap. You basically just need like some pretty meta players, and they kind of just do the rest for you for the most part. Just do 5 back, drop back, whatever, or like 5 back in general, because you don't even need to drop back. It just does it for you automatically, it seems. So you don't even need to be like really drop backy and like 5 back to be a sweat. You just need a 5 back, and the game just automatically sets them up in the most like rigid structured formation at all. It was so unenjoyable. Pace is a weird one. Like, you can't really run past players, I find, if you go through on goal. No matter who their centre back is, no matter who your player is, you could have but I mean, maybe Mbappe could get away with it because it's Mbappe, but if you have like a seemingly fast player, like let's say, I don't know, Moussa Diaby or whatever else, it doesn't really matter. He seems to always catch up, to which I found really annoying. Yeah, I mean, dribbling I've already gone through. Shooting seems like I don't think shooting is that bad, honestly. I think there's a variety of how you can score goals. I still think that like finesses are OP, especially with Griezmann. I think power shots are still more than reasonable. I don't think keepers are like too bad, but sometimes make some stupid mistakes, but that's every single FIFA. I don't think shooting is that bad for me personally. I think that like there's some consistency. Like, if you're in the right position, you know what to do, then it's almost always a goal. So at least there's some consistency there. Passing is always a weird one, but I just find that it's just completely, like, for me, the issue I have with passing is that it almost forces you to really care about these play styles. It's almost like if you don't have a play style that's specifically aimed on like tiki-taka or whatever else, you can't really pass in the same way. So these play styles are almost so powerful that without these certain play styles, then you can't really pass the ball in a consistent way. Like, I got like Kevin De Bruyne with the through ball trait, and he's just like so much better, and it makes sense because his passing is great, right? But like, I should be able to still make through balls to players that are still decent players, right? But it's like a completely different experience. So like these traits, these play styles, it just kind of annoys me where like it just forces you down these straight lines where you kind of have to do this if you want to play a way that's somewhat fun. So that's just kind of where I'm at with that. Again, menus is god awful, and I still played pro clubs Pro Clubs is still great. I know career mode, I've not really touched it much since the launch, since my review video really, because I've just been really busy. You know, I got things. I'm doing my work. I've got children. I've got things to do. So like, I'm not playing career mode too much late at night. But my main thing is that I don't know what the future of this game is, because like nothing will ever change. So it's like, what is the point of it? Like, we're looking at maybe UFL being launched in like a month or two, and when that comes out, I will be doing a video on UFL. I will give it a go. I know that the beta came out, but I was waiting for like the actual release to really talk about it. So UFL will be out. Would that be maybe a competitor? Let's be real, it probably won't, because like FIFA is FIFA, right? And it got other licenses, and it's still a pretty game. It's still great graphics and great everything. So, you know, all your friends know it, all your friends play it. Like, do most of your friends play PES? Probably not, or eFootball. So like, FM, Football Manager, that's now delayed now to like next year, you know, so I think in March, so like, there's not really much to really do this year, it seems, and I just don't know what the future of the game is. I really don't, because like, I'm looking at the community, no one's really enjoying it. I saw like a pie face like FUT Champions thing like at the last weekend, and he's absolutely losing his mind. He actually had a decent record, I think, in the first week in league, but then like he's like went like 8-7, and like he's just absolutely losing it. And like it's enjoyable to watch, because we like to see rage in that, don't we? You know, I mean, I made God knows how many rage compilation videos on my channel over the years, and I was also included in that. I raged a lot. I'm kind of happy that's no longer in my life anymore. I kind of just don't care. Like back in the day, I used to care. 19, 18, 20, I cared. 17, I cared. I cared about winning. I cared about being good. I cared about having results, because I felt like if I lost, it's my fault. And well, maybe sometimes. And if I won, then it feels like I deserve to win. Like it was a battle. Now I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less if I lose a game. I couldn't care less about anything, because I feel like I don't really like. It's just like. And maybe because I'm now older, I'm now 26, so maybe like it doesn't matter to me anymore. Like, oh, I've got bigger things to do, and I do, I guess. But like, you know, I enjoyed like 18 or 19 or 20. I think even 20 I enjoyed that at parts, because it felt like there was still a skill gap there, and you can like learn the game, and it felt like it was somewhat fair. Like you needed, there's a bigger skill gap. This year it just feels like everyone kind of plays the same way with the same players, and it's just the same experience almost every game almost. And it's yeah, I mean, like there's still the same packs, the same issues with that, and the SBCs. Like there's still a lot of things to do. Like if you really want to get into FIFA, like there's so much things you could do with the objectives and SBCs. You could grind the game for love nor money, and the rewards are fantastic, and that's why they get you. You know, we the rivals and FUT Champions and even battles. Maybe not battles. Battles is poor packs, but like that's why people play it. Right, because there's the rewards and that buzz of improving your team, and that's what FIFA should always be about. It should always be about improving your team time by time, like slowly but surely, and you feel like there's a real like acceleration, a real boost of improving your team. And now it just kind of feels like there is that kind of buzz of improving your team. However, it's missing something. Like it feels like, yeah, I can get like I did like a hero pack thing. I got that Brolin in my hero pack, which I felt was actually a pretty good pull. And like I just kind of feel like it doesn't make me want to play the game more by having this guy. It's like, okay, cool, but I may pack another guy next week, which is like just a bit better. And then like I don't know, I don't feel the same way about it anymore. And that's maybe me. I'm now old, right? I'm 26. I probably shouldn't be playing FIFA that much anyway. So maybe that's just a me problem. But I looked at online here about other people's thoughts. Like the gameplay is going to be always the main issue of FIFA. Like you want to play a FIFA game to play football, because what else are you playing it for? Are you playing FIFA just to open packs? Because for me, you're not playing a football game. Then you're playing some sort of like mobile, like I think what is it called, Mad Foot or whatever it is. It's like a mobile game I used to play called Mad Foots or whatever. And like, you know, like that you're playing a mobile game. If you're coming on just to do packs and SBCs and you know whatever else, and like then you're not playing an actual football game at that stage. You're opening a mobile game and you're doing pack collection simulator. So the engine is always going to be the main issue. This engine it is weighted, and it's just heavy, and the fact that PC and console is so different in this day and age is insulting actually now. Like it's insulting, but I kind of just don't care. Like I just won't play it. I'll still play Pro Clubs. I may play some career mode at some stage, but like, you know, I can't do FUT Champions. I'm now absolutely washed, so I can't do that anymore. But yeah, in terms of the 5-back, I saw that last year they like completely banned the 5-back formation because it was seen as too like OP and too slow. So in terms of the pro players, they no longer they banned the 5-back formation. So what they did this year was actually to make the 5-back probably the same, if not worse, in terms of defensive AI, and to make it even more slow and boring, and to make it even more harder to score. But then just decided to not ban it at all. So that's smart. So you're going to ban something for being too OP, but then just not change it, and actually in theory make it worse for the next year, and then not ban it again. So if you try to watch any sort of gameplay with pros, it's just an absolute pain to watch and to go through. So yeah, it's just, I don't believe there's like things are scripting. I just believe it's just a boring game. That's not football. And yeah, the menus is awful. The worst menus I've seen in any FIFA ever. And that's just where I'm at with it. Like, you know, I'll go on to pro clubs and that, but for the future of FIFA, I just don't really know what the future is. Like, unless there's like a new engine, it's going to be the same thing each year. It's like COD, right? Like, so Black Ops 6 came out last weekend, and like I've got zero, like I was not going to get this FIFA, but like a sponsor reached out saying that like they would like give me the game to like do like a review on it, and like you guys seem to enjoy my review, so it's like, okay, I'll give it a go, and I gave my thoughts on it. So go and watch that if you want to see what I said a month ago. But I said something quite similar. Like I was quite, I thought Rush was cute, but they need to add more to it soon. Otherwise, like, what is the purpose of still having it if there's no like incentive to do it? Because that's a thing. FIFA, the community, is based all on being incentivized to do so. You need rewards. You need rewards. Otherwise, no one cares. And that's what the community is. That's why Rush, you need to add a bit more to it, because otherwise, it's like, yeah, it's a cute little gimmick and all, but like, there's not really much more like depth to it. So that's Rush. Yeah, Black Ops 6 came out. I've not got it. I remember I saw the menus. Even like the if you played COD, you know what I mean. It's like, you know, like the multiplayer like menu thing. Like when like you go into it, it's just like some guy or woman with like a gun walking around, and it's like moving around. I'm like, I've seen this now for the last 5 years. Like that is that same hub. Is the exact same hub. The hub looks the same. It's the same game with a little reskin thing. It's like, Christ. Like, if you remember going from Modern Warfare 2 to Black Ops 1, then to Modern Warfare 3, I guess 3 was a bit similar to 2, to be fair. But like every game like had like their own little vibe and aesthetic, and it felt like it was like different to one another. Now it's like the same game. Like, I've been watching some Black Ops 6 gameplay. No reason in my mind to play the game at all. I may like to play the campaign. Zombies, I don't really like zombies much anymore. Like what I do now, it feels like it's zombies but in Warzone. I don't like Warzone. I like zombies, and zombies is no longer zombies. It's like, it's zombies, yeah, cool, but like it's now in like a Warzone map. Like I said, I saw something like some gameplay from Syndicate or whatever, and I'm like, I don't want to see this. Like I don't care. You know, I like Cold War. To be fair, Cold War Zombies, I thought that was a bit cool for like the first map, but then after that, I didn't really care too much about it at all. I think there's one okay map in there, but anyway, I'm talking about zombies, I'm waffling. I just want to give my thoughts, and that's what I'm doing. So like COD and FIFA, Christ almighty. I've been playing some other games. I completed Ghost of Tsushima. I also completed Red Dead 2 not too long ago. Great games. And I still like Rocket League. Rocket League's still great. I still play that on a somewhat regular basis. I've not played too much FM, but yeah, maybe I'm old. You know, maybe I just don't play games much anymore. So like, I got, you know, children and that. So maybe that's definitely more important. But yeah, in terms of the future of like FIFA, it's not going to change. So the next FIFA will be the exact same thing. And again, if there's the fact you've got to play the game at different times of day to get good gameplay, or less annoying gameplay in this day and age, is pathetic. And the PC stuff is bonkers to me, really. So yeah, FIFA. Comment down below your thoughts down below, and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for supporting the channel. See ya.